are streaming yet on all the places. Let's see, we got Facebook going. We're getting Twitch on. YouTube is now live. So, hi everybody. I know I'll be introducing myself again and again because this is I'm Richard, the director of Mayhem for Arizona Game Fair, and that means I am the head of scheduled gaming. I have a great team in Andrew Roble and Daryl Lynn, and they are going to they have helped build a schedule of amazing events. We have over 460 some events in the catalog right now on Sked. If you want to get to do any of these magnificent schedule things that I'm going to show you here on this browser that's on my on the side of my window here, I'm going to show you through Sked, and then we're going to flip the switch at 6 o'clock. So let me you probably know about Arizona Game Fair because you like us somewhere on this the interwebs, but we are Arizona's big game convention. We have we're going to have about 23,000 square feet of the Mesa Convention Center, and we're going to be able to give you a lot of gaming over the weekend of the 29th through the 31st of March. So get your tickets if you want to sign up for the into Sked. When you buy a ticket, you will then get an invite to come to Sked, and now that it will be live after 6 o'clock, you will be able to sign up and make a schedule. Let's kind of get into this browser here a little bit, and let's look at Sked, Arizona Game Fair 2019.sked.com or arizonagamefair.com/schedule. Both those things will get you there. Now, some of this stuff might not be up here because I'm an admin, so I get to see all the stuff, but 99% of this will be things you're going to be familiar with. So we're gonna, just scrolling through, it's just a cavalcade of colors and letters and limited and unlimited. So we've got different tracks here. We have the kind of put on by Arizona Game Fair tracks where Thursday night, if you didn't get your badge shipped to you, then you can come to the early badge pickup at Cider Core. Downtown Mesa, we will have the Vital cider. So our special guest Vital will be honored with a cider. Sorry, I have to message somebody. And then sorry. So we're happy to have this great event beforehand to try and reduce lines and have a good party beforehand. They're gonna have pizza and cider. It's gonna be a great time. You can also sign up to be on a hike. A lot of in-town guests will be in from out of town, and we will be having a guided hike. Then you see the purple here. This is the board game. These are the early board games. They really wanted to start some of the stuff early. Panamax and get those train games going because we're going to have a train game scenario as well. Then this is a lot of Adventures League. So Gateway Games has partnered with us to do. Sorry, I keep moving out of frame here. partnered with us to do a great selection of their many levels of Adventures League organized play for D&D. We're super excited to have them with us this year. Our RPGs have grown from a tiny, not so tiny really, 9 tables to almost 26 tables of role-playing games. So a good portion of that is Adventures League, but we will also be adding, but then we have non-Adventures League. So we have some early role-playing games on Friday morning. I know Craig is a fantastic GM. All these GMs that you'll see in these yellow RPG spaces here are fantastic GMs. I've played with most of them over the years at different conventions, so it's fantastic to see them sign up and support the community. And they definitely came out in force. So then we get into, we're going to have for the first time, we're going to have teachers doing classes for painting of miniatures. So we're going to have we have a small miniatures area this year. We're hoping to grow that, but we're also going to have a paint area. So we're going to have some people doing some painting lessons, as well as paint and takes a little later in the day. We are glad to have them. There's some really great artists, and they will teach you a lot about how to make your miniatures look good. Then we have, then we're going to have the start of the, well, this is kind of, this is our first tournament. We're going to have 24 tournaments for our Arizona Game Fair. We'll be hosting the Arizona Board Game Championship, and as you win tournaments, you gain points, and you will get to be Arizona Game Fair champion. We'll have the board game. Gamelin Games is giving us a Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea painted edition that will then we'll be giving away to the champion. So, and that's that'll be the day before it actually goes on sale. So that's pretty fantastic. As well as we're going to have we're also going to have a 7-player Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea game with the Pestilence expansion before it actually gets released to the public. So we've got, and also we have the theater this year. We tried to stock with games as well as interesting events. So we're going to start that off with a crossword puzzle tournament. So if you love crossword puzzles, please come check this out. Our theater director, Bianca, is doing a fantastic job getting that together. And as well as we will be different things I will highlight through the weekend. But lots of party games, big games. You'll be in this 100-seat theater, and bring all your friends, and you can come and play a giant game of Werewolf or other various large party games. And also, we have added so much stuff this year. It's kind of crazy. We have learned to play Magic the Gathering, so we have a partner with Amazing Discoveries to do CCGs this year. So that's really going to be amazing to have them back in the main hall doing tournaments and other learn to play events. So this is probably one of my favorite events coming. This is Speed Jenga. Speed Jenga, that's right. So we're gonna basically play Jenga with clocks and like chess clocks, and you will be able to knock that over and have a lot of fun. And we had it at our Extra Life stream. You can go back on YouTube and look at that. It was during the Game State portion. Go over our YouTube channel. It's fantastic. And yes, I know that the title of this video is currently Extra Life, and I hadn't bothered to change it, but that's where we're at right now because I'm in the middle of this, so we're just going to keep rolling with that. So yes, this is Welcome To is one of the other big. We're going to do that in the theater, so that's going to be pretty big. And we're doing also painting competitions. We are just packing this to the gills. You really have to comb through this schedule and look and decide what is going to be what your schedule is going to look like. So we have a lot of great content. This is something we're really happy with. We've started this year doing RenCon had it, and we had a lot of great feedback from the people that got to do that. Women's gaming. So we're going to have some women's only RPGs, women's only board games, and open gaming. So we'll have a couple of this is going to be in its own private little safe space. And if you need someplace to go and you need some, you just go find the women's gaming if you are identify as a woman and need somebody to help you. Also look for anybody in a green shirt. They can help direct you and help you find you somebody to help you. So we just have so many amazing demos and classics like Kemet. Kemet is a classic board game, so we're going to have that being played. This is kind of this is the begin. This pink is kind of our miniatures track, so that's going to be going. We're going to have some demos, and we're going to have some different things going, as well as a kill team tournament. And the thing that really is exciting to me is Gaslands, which is a post-apocalyptic racing destruction game. So if you like Mad Max, look for Gaslands on the schedule. And see, I've already got a car. I'm gonna paint up. I'm gonna try to get in that. So, but we will be you'll see more of that. That's on Saturday. Most of the miniature stuff is on Saturday. So Hungry Hippos. Now there's a story tournament right there. We were going to try this at Phoenix Phoenix Fan Fusion, as it's called now. I can't remember what it was last year. But we were going to do a classic board game tournament night, so we had Clue and Stratego, but Hungry Hippos, and I really am excited about actually going off because they had a fire alarm go off, and so we couldn't have the Hungry Hippos tournament because that passed on the schedule, and yeah. So yeah, let's see here. So we're kind of getting down. There's some more great RPGs from some amazing local GMs like Dave Martin from the Wrecking Crew, and then we have one of our guests is doing a panel about the art of board games. Andrew Bosley is an amazing artist, and you should really check his stuff out and come see him in the theater. It's kind of the beginning of more of a panel, and then we're going to be having the board game reviewers after that. So that's going to be really fantastic. And then we're going to have something that is truly something special for me. I've been wanting to try and get Vincent Baker. Vincent Baker is an amazing designer, along with Maggie Baker. They did Apocalypse World, which launched 1,000 Powered by the Apocalypse games, and really kicked everything into high gear for indie RPGs. So we are very glad to have him. We will have Adam Sink from Full Metal RPG is going to be interviewing him on stage at 6 p.m. on Friday, and we're going to have an open bar outside, so you really shouldn't miss that, especially if you're into RPGs. But the next thing where we're going to have Suzanne from the Dice Tower is going to interview Vital Lacerda. So that's definitely going to, if you're into heavy board games or just really want to see into the mind of a very interesting designer, come watch Vital and Susan talk. So we're really happy to have Vital. He doesn't get to the States very often, and we were very happy when he was able to come and see that. So we're getting through. We have lots of RPGs still happening and lots of board games, and we're going to have train games throughout the weekend and train tournaments, and those have their own little sub culture, and we're really happy to have a lot of that represented here. Then we're also very happy to have a big streaming team. I'm now streaming. So the Dice Ministry is a D&D actual play, and they are going to come and do a lot of great. They're going to do 2 shows, one on Friday night, one on Saturday night. So we're really and they're a big crew, so they roll deep. So it's going to be 6 people on a stage, 1 GM to, direct that, and it will be very, very entertaining. I think we're going to be able to really have a great time seeing this. They are very enthusiastic, and I know that will translate it to the theater experience. I mean, we're not even. We just got to Saturday, and how I've been talking for 15 minutes just about Friday and just kind of the general overview. That's how huge this is. Remember, I'm going to flip the switch live. We're going to switch over. We're going to look at this switch as soon as this flip is flipped and I hit save. Then you can go ahead and do that at 6 o'clock. You can start getting your schedule together. That's going to be a fantastic experience. Just combing through all of this, open painting starting early on Saturday. We do have a couple of speed Jenga tournaments, so you can pick which one fits your schedule the best. I think it's going to be a really great time, and we're going to have a fantastic over a little bit fantastic time. David Rybacki doing the real work on the Warhammer Underworlds. It's a fantasy skirmish game from Games Workshop. And then, we have a lot of great women's gaming things. You really do need to look into that. It's going to be a fantastic room. I just know it. So, we have a game designer who's running his PAX Humanity, Transhumanity. He is a designer, and he went ahead and signed up to run some games. So you'll never know what you're going to see. David Short, another designer, is going to be doing a game with some of our special guests. So we're going to stream that. As well as that will be on a Uniquely Geek table, which we are giving away a Uniquely Geek table on Sunday. So you should definitely sign up for that if you can. That's it was used in a indie movie. Um, there's a whole story behind that. Check out ArizonaGameFair.com. I think it's on there. But just you have all the choices for role playing games. Apelian, you get to play dragons. Like who doesn't want to play dragons? Deadlands with Shane Hensley. Okay, so let's just pause this whole schedule talk thing. I got to play Deadlands with Shane Hensley. Shane Hensley is the designer of Deadlands and Savage Worlds. He is a fantastic GM. I got to play with him, and he's going to bring out the most Weird West you have ever seen, and it will be fantastic. I had the best time when I was playing with him. So, again, I am Richard Newby. I am the director of Mayhem for Arizona Game Fair. I will. I live and breathe this schedule for 6 months with my partners Daryl Lynn and Andrew Roble. And Andrew Long, our wonderful leader of Arizona Game Fair, and it's always a bit of an interesting time, but we are really grateful he lets us do this, and I think we are going to continue to grow this, and we're going to flip that switch in about 10 minutes. So we're just going to keep going through this, and I see another game that I'm drooling. I really wish I could play. Happiest Apocalypse on Earth. It's a Powered by the Apocalypse. So we got Vincent Baker, but there are people playing other Powered by the Apocalypse games. And Jared is a fantastic GM. But Happiest Apocalypse, you get to imagine if the amusement park was run by maybe some elder gods or whatever you want. There's a creeping doom inside these parks. I don't know if you've spent time in a theme park, but after a while you get this weird sense of dread. Well, this kind of rolls that up and makes an amazing situation to play through. So, of course, King of Tokyo Returns is another tournament game, and that is a great game to play as a tournament, because you never know how those dice are going to land, and you get to crush some things and fight giant monsters. Who doesn't want that? Someone is running Twilight Imperium. John is running Twilight Imperium. It's 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. But if you always wanted to play Twilight Imperium and you could never find somebody to play, that is a fantastic... I will guarantee you that will fill up before the fair. So you might want to get on that one. We've got Team Codenames as a tournament. So that's in the main hall. So you get your friends together and come and you play together, and whoever wins that table goes on to the finals, and we'll make that an interesting tournament. Again, we're running crossword puzzle a couple times just to see how that does, and there'll be a different I believe there's a different puzzle every day. Hans Teutonica. Like, if you ever wanted to immerse yourself in some deep Euros, Hans Teutonica is a great a deep Euro you can really sink your teeth into. There is that Kill Team tournament on Saturday. That's the regular Kill Team tournament. We also have a team doubles Kill Team tournament as well. So let's see here. So we have another. So you wanted paint your miniatures. So we have beginner classes, we have intermediate and advanced classes. So really comb through there and look for what you can do. This is another one I'm super excited about from the miniatures track. Wild in the Streets. Okay, imagine if the Warriors was a miniature skirmish game. Yeah, that's right. The 1970s cult classic, The Warriors, where each gang is kind of themed around a different gangs. So there's the Goths, the roller derby girls, all sorts of like kind of amazing. It's a very indie game. Noble has a great passion for it. It's great. So I think this is probably already gone by, but we have a BGG following, the amazing BGG people, and if you're looking for more stuff, go over to BGG and kind of look around. I think there's some stuff that those people on BGG are organizing, but they have a no ship math trade, and that's a very interesting process where the computer figures out how to get you exactly what you want by trading your games away and getting games that you chose that you would like off of the things that everybody else is giving away. I would need another 20 minutes to explain that. So, but it's a very interesting things. So. See, here's that Gaslands game. So car on car destruction. It's great stuff. And we're at 2 p.m. on Saturday. This is I should probably I got 5 minutes. So we're gonna keep scrolling. But Pandemic: The Fall of Rome, like that's a pretty rare game, I think, to see people play. Let's see here. The Children's Hour. So Willard is one of the most amazing local board gamers. He is going to be running stuff all weekend, but he volunteered to teach you and your kids games that don't suck. So he's got a whole list here. You can see down here at the bottom. And you sign up and you bring your kids, and he will help you pick out which game and show you how to play it. And then, there's a whole hour of that. You can play probably 3 or 4 of those kids' games in an hour if everybody's listening. Wingspan, that's a very hot game right now. We have it on the schedule, so go ahead and check that out. I got to play it, and I made a lot of points. So that was kind of a very interesting game. Check it out. We have a LARP. So we're going to have in the theaters a kickoff for this LARP. You're going to figure out it's a kind of a night at the opera kind of interesting case. If you ever want to check out a LARP, this would be a great way to do that. We're going to flip that switch in about 3 minutes, so you can go ahead and start picking out things, kind of start scrolling through and looking at. I'm going to flip that switch live, and then you can go ahead and make your schedule. It's 6 p.m. on Saturday. I am still scrolling. I'm about 2/3 of the way through this schedule. Happy Time Dungeon Hour. Now this is an live actual play on Saturday evening, and it's game mastered by my friend and co-host of Full Metal RPG. He is an amazing GM, and it's always I always enjoy it. But then again, I kind of produce it, try to get everybody range and all that stuff. But it's a fantastic time, and you just have to go talk listen about the Goblin. Just trust me, there's a Goblin. You should totally listen about it. So we're just rolling along here. Ticket to Ride. If you want to play some Ticket to Ride, remember we're gonna have the board game championship, and I don't have any of the trophies, but we have trophies for these tournaments, so that's going to be great. Let's see here. Then you can come play Apocalypse World, the granddaddy of all of the Powered by the Apocalypse games, with the creator Vincent Baker. We're just letting people sign up for this, so we're not charging for it. We're just limiting the seats. It's going to be on a great table, the Uniquely Geek table in the RPG area, and it's going to be an amazing time. Trust me, like, I am dying to put this on my schedule, and I probably can't, but I'm probably going to stop by and watch for a little bit. So, but please do me a favor and make sure that that table is filled, because I guarantee you, you are going to have the craziest time playing Apocalypse World. And if you don't know how to play it, this is the guy to come watch you play. Oh, it's 6 p.m., so we're going to flip over to the schedule. If I flip this tab and hit save, it's alive. So it is now live, so you can go and put your start your scheduling your games. There is so much amazing content on this page. It's just amazing. There is some there's some filters if you need to. There you can filter kind of by tract to see what different things. If you just want to narrow things down, you can search for games with the search function. You can search by game runners. So I'm going to go ahead and drop off here. But if you have any questions, message us on Arizona Game Fair Facebook or any other place. So I'm going to let you go ahead and go through that schedule, because there's a lot of hidden gems that I didn't even get to.